relatively humbling 1-0 defeat here at the hands of Remo Stars in NWFL CAF just 4 days ago. Well, in the build-up to this one, Finidi George acknowledged it was going to be difficult in prospect camp and into this Enyimba lineup. It's been a mainstay for the team, and not forgetting Eze Binto. Just the kind of man you will love the ball to fall into his feet. You hear them doing a very fine work there to set him up, and just close to his. They say for brave, and you have to be brave. Then Nachi, just when you thought that the chance was over, and the man at the far side was straight offside, a deflected ball took the ball high up in the air. Now, Joel Odo, but Kazim, Ogolo! What a goal! What a fantastic finish off the left boots of the substitute. Watch Daniel Daga there. It looks as if it was a foul there, but the referee wouldn't have any of that, and Kazim with a lovely finish. I assume that you have as well, but it finishes.
What a match there between Enugu Rangers and Enyimba International. Welcome here on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. Time to take you around the world of sports as we look at those stories trending. We talk about the NWFL, NPFL, looking at all the matches also that was played yesterday, and not forgetting the fact that Super Eagles are preparing to go to the AFCON, and who knows, maybe they will win it this time around. As they say, they want to do it again. Right now, I have in the studio where we'll be talking with the two of them, two gentlemen. Just immediate left-hand side is Sunday Onuyone. Good to have you, Sunday.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And also I have Opa Josiah. Good to have you, Opa.
Good morning, sir.
You actually look like that player. Let me not mention his name. Let's run through this story we have for you. Let's start with the NWFL Sunshine Queens defeat Remo Stars ladies in that game that was played. And a good one for them. They were able to win in that particular encounter. Although we have the result of the NWFL result. We have NWFL Premiership Match Day 6 for the result of the ladies. We'll be looking at that as we talk about the women concerning what they have done. NWFL Premiership Match Day 6 result. Well, we look at Nasarawa Amazon defeated Confluence Queens by 1-0, cost of Ogiovi Kesiana, who scored in the 17th minute. Edo Queens also Pip Delta Queens 1-0, cost of Esther Moses. Heartland Queens 2-1 against Danas Ladies. Chimebere Opara and Chuendu Orji scored those 2 goals for Heartland Queens, while Ogunfuwa Omotoke scored for Danas Ladies. Rivers Angels 2-0 against Ekiti Queens. Chiamaka Okuchuku in the 31st minute, and Olamide Adugbe scoring for Rivers Angels. They are still looking at the result of the women league. Royal Queens 1, Adamawa Queens 0. Rahim Aishat scoring in the 18th minute. Sunshine Queens 2-1 against Remo Stars, as the story we took first. Akubo Obianuju scoring, while Chinaza Sorebe also adding another one for Sunshine Queens of Akure, as Isigbo Blessing was able to return 1, but it wasn't good enough for Remo Stars lady. They lost out there. Robo Queens of Lagos 2-1 against Bayelsa Queens. Esther Jakaye scoring in the 58th minute for Lashade Jamilusi, while Rose Ekong was able to pull one back, but they still lost out 2-1 against Robo Queens there. Good one for all those games played yesterday across different stadia in Nigeria in the match day 6 of women. At least kudos to all those teams that actually won, and those that fought hard to get at least a score line, even though they lost out, but it's still a big one for them. Now, looking at the women match, you look at it seems that home must win is still working in the women football, kind of.
Very true. Just like the main league, you can almost predict the outcome of a result favoring the home team, and that was how it played out to be.
Okay, because if you look at it right now in the men's category, we are seeing some clubs who go, they get, look at Enyimba Rangers, they play 1-0 draw, even though it's an Oriental derby, but at least it's getting better when it comes to home mentality being erased off from the men's time and men's match. For the women, you still see that the home team are still having that edge, and it just have to be that, okay, if you go away, you can still win or you can draw. It should be consistent in women's football. Onuyen, what do you have to say about this?
Perhaps is a due process for what we have here in the country, and I think we should ensure we preview the officiating in order to have a fair balance. I think that's how you can bring sanity and discipline into the league in the men and the women category.
We're talking about women and men category now. For our women, they did well playing yesterday in the NWFL match day 6 across Nigeria. Well, as it is right now, Abia Angels will play their own game today. Let's see, maybe they'll be able to actually do well there. Just giving you those results in the NWFL, Nigerian Women Football League Premiership. And right now, let's go to the men. NPFL, 2 matches actually came up yesterday. Doma United, really shocking everyone. They peep Heartland in that game to go top again. They are back to the top as Enyimba draws Rangers. You just saw that particular clip there where Enyimba of Aba was able to play a draw against Rangers in an Oriental derby there. Those 2 games happened yesterday. And right now, if you look at how the table is standing, I mentioned Doma back to the top. Really, they've shocked everyone this season by being able to maintain that particular consistency. After 15 matches, they have a goal difference of 7, and now they are top of the table with 28 points, 2 points ahead of Remo Stars, who will also be playing their own game. So from the way it is, at least Doma United are really done what Leicester did sometimes by really shocking everyone. From the way it is right now, did you ever imagine that Doma United could be top by match day 15 in the NPFL?
Not really, but you see, it has been an impressive start for them to have a pick up this far, and sustaining the momentum, I think, is an encouraging one. They just have to keep winning their matches, and if possible, ensure they put their tactical games in check. You know, sometimes when you get the wins, you get overexcited, and the coming games, you seem to have a relaxed or a confident balance, and at the end of the day, you can lose it. So if teams like Leicester City came from nowhere and picked the the EPL, I beg your pardon, it's possible for Doma United, for having a good start like this, to continue and, of course, get the championship if the goalkeeper is really doing consistent job for them, because I think he has contributed immensely to their growth.
Well, from the way it is right now, we'll go back to that particular table before Josiah will be making his own point. Right now, looking at that table again, Doma United top ahead of Remo Lobi. Enyimba, they play 1-0 draw against Rangers. Now they are standing forward with 23 points, although they have about at least 2 matches that can help them to move up. Plateau United, Kano Pillars, Bender Insurance, Abia Warriors, Enugu Rangers. That point that they share with Enyimba as at least giving them 1 more point. They are standing 9th on the log. Shooting Stars at 10th, and if we flip back to from 11 to 20, let's look at the other side of the table in the NPFL. Katsina United, Sunshine Stars, Sporting Lagos, Kwara United, Gombe United, Rivers United. Rivers United, because of the CAF confederation matches they've been playing, they have about 4 matches, in fact 5 matches that will be helping them. A lot of Nigerians are shouting that CAF should do something, rather NFF should do something by making sure it's not too open that every time they want to play. How do they do it in Europe? That clubs will go for Champions League, they will go for Europa League, they will go for Europa Conference, they will still be able to meet up, and look at how many matches, they have about 5 matches to play. And that can give them a lot of points if they are able to win all, right?
Yes, sir.
The fact that they qualify for CAF competition doesn't mean NFF cannot find a way to fix them into play most of their matches so that they won't have so many matches to play at hand, and that will give them at least an advantage.
Well, I don't look at that to be an advantage, yeah, because it has turned out to be an accumulation of more games for them. So when they come to meet up, it will take time for them to even come up. And losing out from the Confederation Cup, which I don't see them doing, considering their next couple of matches, they are meeting teams that they have upper hands in getting the win over them. So, in terms of your question, what can the the NFF do about the balancing
fixtures, yes,
of the fixtures and the other things. They can just take a leaf from the European teams, from UEFA, and see how they'll be able to do it. It's quite simple. If you are playing the league matches in the weekend, just have a consensus with CAF that please, let's see how this thing will go on during the week, not affecting their own fixtures.
Yeah. Okay, we've been talking concerning the games played yesterday. They are Enyimba playing 1-0 draw against Rangers International, while Doma United really shocking everyone right now on the roller coaster and singing a song for the fact that they've been able to top the table again after some time. They came back, and who knows, maybe it could be a vision they really want to work towards and win that particularly. Let's see how it goes. It's still a marathon, not a sprint. For Doma United, their fans can continue to chant Doma United. They have a very big fan base supporting them with a lot of support there from Doma United. Pantami Stadium is the place where it's happening. Right now, moving away from there, let's look at the fixtures for today in the NPFL. Matches will be up. We look at those games that will be coming up. Let's look at NPFL matches. Gombe United will be playing against Katsina United. Aqua United will be home against Sunshine Stars. Bende Insurance in Benin City hosts Abia Warriors. Plateau United already in Ilorin to face their North-Central derby. Kwara United, Niger Tornadoes against Kano Pillars. What happens there? Big one, Raymond Stars, Lobby Stars, Sporting Lagos against Bayelsa United. Those are the fixtures for this for today. And from the way it is, let me start with Onuyenu. Which match is actually catching your eyes here?
Well, of course, the Niger Tornadoes, Kano Pillars. These are northern rivals, just like Gombe United and Katsina United.
Another rivalry there.
Of course, in the north. I believe the same Asugida guys, they are away. They will want to get the win. But definitely Niger Tornadoes have the fan base and they will want to fight back. And of course, the blast of the whistle and to the end will determine who's going to get the win.
Well, from the way it is, let's say which one, Josiah, are you dwelling with this team from the southern part? Since you are speaking the northern part.
Well, looking at the table, you know, we saw it a moment ago. There is nothing much that separates all these teams. For instance, the Doma United that we're talking about being top of the table, a little slip will make another team go up. So these pictures does not really have much energy as we see it, where we say this one will dominate this or that. But just as the cliche always goes, the home team will always have the advantage. Not just because of the officiating, but because the away teams do not usually have the support of away supporters. So there is nothing much to separate them.
Big matches coming up in NPFL. Looking at Kano Pillars, can they do it against Niger Tornadoes? And also Gombe versus Katsina. Well, when it comes to football, you just really face the north. They really love football. If you go to those stadiums, Gombe United, Doma United, Kano Pillars, Niger Tornadoes, Kwara United, you see how fans troop out and march to support their club. Hopefully that will also be seen in the southern part of Nigeria. Well, for the southeastern part too, they love football a lot. I see how Enyimba fans come out to also support their own. Right now, just giving you those games that will be on in the NPFL. Well, from the way it is right now, for Doma United, they can still continue to celebrate. After all, those games are yet to be played, and they are still topping the NPFL there. Right now, we move away from soccer. Let's come back to another sport now. We quickly talk about handball and basketball, where Sunday Onuyenu is here right now to talk about that particular, those two sports, to give us insight or overview of what's happening right now concerning handball and also basketball. Sunday.
Well, the world of basketball is intensively impressive now because Team Nigeria Custom, who had an outstanding finishing in the first and second phase in the Women Basketball League, they also hosted the FIBA Zone 3 Championship, and they went all the way to Egypt to face several opponents. They played against a team from Kenya, KPA. They played against Sporting. They played against the Egyptian side, who also dominated the championship, having hosting, right, of course. You see, one thing about these northern African countries, they seems to take sport more of a business compared to East Africa country and West Africa country. But I think in the nearest future we'll match up a good challenge with them, because if you look at what Algerians, Egyptians, Morocco and Tunisia guys always are doing in sport, they seem to enjoy sports, not just as business or leisure alone, but they seem to have it as their plan A. But looking at the fact that Team Nigeria Custom were not able to play much in their domestic league, they went there, of course. They had the first phase, they had 6 games, second game, they had 7 games thereabout. So together with the Zone 3 championship they hosted, they've not even played up to 20 games. And looking at the fact that you are matching against teams that have been like Interclub, Sporting, so on and so forth, that have been in the scene so far, and they have had up to 30-something games, is not really a mere opportunity to come by. But it's an interesting one because they have Ikem Akariwe, they have foreigners from US who gave them a good account of what they know how to do best, and the coaching crew, kudos to them, Secretary General Samuel Nikeku. But for handball, is another interesting one because the Sam Ocheu-led board has give a list out, and the list was released. The athletes are already in camp. The other day we had the interaction briefly with them where Solomon, the head coach of Kano Pillars, is leading the national team players, and they are in camp intensively training and preparing for the African Championship by January. But I believe the digital president, as he's called, Sam Ocheu, is going to add more glamour and more incentive and plans for this player in the coming years. And of course, looking at the fact that handball has something to offer, I believe Nigeria will have to go there this January and prove their worth.
Well, we've been talking concerning handball and also basketball with Sunday Onienu giving us some insight there, really. Well, when it comes to covering handball, basketball, volleyball, Sunday Onienu encyclopedia, let me call it there. But really, we've been talking about those sports. At least you just have to always make it 360. We always go around to touch other sports, not just football. At least in Nigeria, I've had a lot of Nigerian sportsmen and women, being karate, judo, taekwondo, basketball, volleyball, handball. Talk about hockey, they are all there. And right now, we're giving kudos to those handballers and basketballers for what they are doing, for the fact that they are putting Nigeria at the world map there. Right now, we go back to football. Just yesterday, in the CAF Confederation, Club Africain of Tunisia defeated Rivers United 3-0 over there in Tunis. Well, a big one. Well, they actually lost that game 3-0. A big one for Rivers United. They thought they would be able to win, but they lost out by 3-0. Josiah, that game was, I wasn't expecting 3-0. I was expecting maybe 2-1 or 2-0.
No, considering River United defeated them here in Nigeria, I expected the Tunisian team to actually perform well, and they came out with the mindset of we must defeat these guys. This is our home, so they can do nothing about it. And the most painful thing, we have in Nigeria a duo who actually scored a brace in that. It's like somebody said, man, na man we no man, they kill man.
Yes, in Nigeria.
So he knows our backyard very well.
Seriously.
Yeah, so kudos to them actually. They've been doing well even domestically. So it's not a surprising result for me.
Okay, but if it's not surprising to you, Onumeno, that particular scoreline between Club Africain of Tunisia against Rivers United?
It's very disheartening and shocking because I was thinking if possible they could get a draw, because looking at the fact that in the group they need a balance, they need to catch up. They're finishing third and not getting to the qualifying next round is quite a challenge, and also losing 3-0 is a big blow.
It's a big blow, but right now, at least they're in a group, so there's still hope for them.
Perhaps they might get the qualification
if
they do well.
Yeah, there are 2 games more to go. So, and I've done a background check on the remaining 2 teams, and I hope they'll be able to get a result.
We have a team from Ghana,
yes,
Dream FC.
And
we have Petroleo from Angola.
Yes, Angola. So, and the team from Ghana will be the last team that will visit Rivers here in Nigeria. So I see them getting a very decent result, considering it's just 3 points between them and the second position.
They have to, because they have so much encouragement, so much incentive in the current Africa football as we speak, for the government and the fans and every sponsors to give you such attention. I think they need to bring their A game.
Well, talking about Rivers United there, they need to bring up their A game. Well, the two of them, Josiah and Sunday, will become Octopus if they are able to predict right that Rivers will get the 3 points. Like you said, that you expect them to be able to pick it. Hopefully, they will do it. That's the only Nigerian team left in the CAF Interclub competition so far. And we are hoping that they will continue to fly high the flag of Nigeria in that particular competition, CAF Confederation Cup. Right now, we move away from CAF Confederation Cup. Almost, we talk about, let's go to Europe. At least let's touch around, talking about EFL Cup. A good one for Liverpool. The rest, the team that never walk alone, they did well. 5-1 against West Ham. What happens to West Ham in that game? EFL Cup, quarterfinals, Liverpool beat West Ham United 5-1 to qualify for semi-finals. A big one there. Well, from the way it is, how did you see that game yesterday? Let's start with you, Josiah.
Okay. The EFL Cup is a tournament that is usually full of surprises, but in this game it turns out not to be, because Liverpool were the clear favourites, and considering how they performed last season and this season, you can see that there is a clear distinction in terms of improvements and all the players turning up as they should. And kudos to them, they've really done well. And I see them as the clear favorite to go on.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I think because they had a hard luck against Mayu during the EPL games, and of course, having done so well tactically with so much synergy in the field of play, they didn't get the needed win. They possibly came out fully and felt this time around, we don't work alone, we can do it. And I think they deserve the victory, because looking at the game from the start to the finish, they dominated, just like when they were playing against Mayu, but they didn't get the goals coming.
Now, let's quickly do a preview of what we are expecting in the semi-finals. Liverpool, Fulham, Middlesbrough, Chelsea. Who are you seeing to make the cut to the final?
It's a clear path to Liverpool. But football can
play safe.
Yeah, football can be very surprising. So anything can happen. But as it stands, as a football fan, as someone who knows little about football, Liverpool should have like a clear path to the final.
Okay, let's assume that Liverpool, Chelsea, we are just assuming. Let's assume
the semi-final.
Yes.
Why are we picking them? Because are they the top four? Okay, perhaps because they are the top four.
I'm still coming to you. Don't worry. I know you are wearing the blue tie, so it's obvious that you are trying to support Chelsea.
Not really.
From the way it is. What if the unexpected happened? Fulham, Middlesbrough, shocking Chelsea and Liverpool. What if? This is the EFL Cup, anything can happen.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I'm anticipating. Not because I really want to support any of these teams, but I actually enjoy good football. I've been a Mayu fan for over 2 decades, but looking at the fact that Mayu is not doing well, an easy exit for them during the Champions League was really expected, and I wasn't shocked. But talking about these current teams in bone of contention, I believe there could be an upset. And if there is, it's going to make it more euphoria, it's going to make it more historical.
Well, are you seeing any upset, George?
For now, except on the part of Chelsea, but...
Oh my goodness. Apologies to Chelsea fans there, but someone is saying in the studio that it's not saying Chelsea. Maybe if there's going to be any upset, it could be against Chelsea, not Liverpool. What if it turns around to be Liverpool and Chelsea actually score?
I wouldn't
They are
be
really
surprised.
getting back to their feet now. They are really doing well. Chelsea are really getting back, and anything can happen. Well, before we go, let's just give you the result of the Women Champions League that was also played yesterday. We'll quickly touch on that. For Women Group C result, Ajax defeated Bayern Munich by 1-0. Roma Feminine won, PSG Feminine 3 in that game. They actually got PSG winning there 3-1 against Roma. For Ajax women, they just have to work harder, but they were able to win against FC Bayern Munich ladies. Now let's look at Group D result as they also played yesterday. Hacking women won. Chelsea women, they were able to score 3 there. Well, from the way it is, Real Madrid, nil. Paris FC were able to score 1, and you just have to give the kudos to Paris FC. That's our own goalkeepers, Chama Kanadu's club.
Okay. Oh, that's quite impressive. It's quite impressive to see a Nigerian goalkeeper doing well against a top team like Madrid. Because aside Barcelona in the Spanish league, the Real Madrid team is also next to them in terms of hierarchy, in terms of performance. So kudos to her, and it's an honor to be related or to be affiliated with somebody performing in the Champions League.
And for the fact that she's currently the
she got a boost.
Yeah.
She got an award, an Africa award, recognized award.
I think it's the first time.
Absolutely, it was really an historical moment for Nigerian teams, claiming almost all the award. But I think it's a boost of morale. She needs to do more for her career. She's very young and she's promising. Of course, she's going to be a future brand in the global football world.
And from the way it is right now, Chiamaka Nnadozie seems to be really getting better every time. A lot of people joke that maybe she should come and keep for Super Eagles.
Considering her performance in the World Cup, like showcasing such talent at the international stage is no fluke, and it's quite impressive how she's taken it to the club level. And we hope to see her stay at the top, just like Enyimba did for some decades. You know, the women, they last longer. So we hope to see her for the next 20 years at the top of her game.
Perhaps. It's going to give a glamour to Nigeria football. It's going to give inspiration to the upcoming one, just like what Onome Ebiye did. The other day, the Super Falcons were playing. She came with rattles to the National Stadium. And of course, sitting beside the younger athletes and watching those who once learned from a tactical skill and experience is quite an inspiration for the upcoming generation.
A big one there, but even though before we wrap it up on a light note, that we're wearing a blue a blue tie.
Well, blue is actually my favorite color, but I'm still a Man U fan.
Oh my goodness, the Red Devils. Okay, so you are not wearing any tie.
No, I'm not.
So where's your club?
Arsenal. Yeah, we have a touch of white, so
okay, touch of white,
solidarity.
And you are still standing on that tree.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what a way to end the show. Good one. Well, the men have been with us in the studio. Pa Josiah, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And also Sunday, giving us insights to the world of volleyball, rather basketball, and also handball, while we talk about other sporting stories. That's how we actually run it this hour on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.